my channel. Hope everybody's doing okay. So today we're going to use some alcohol ink on some foam grips. So I already took them apart. They look like this, and if you can see, there's a little pin and you can pop the top off. So that's what I did. I took the top off and then I taped the underside just to make sure that nothing would come in contact with the bottom. And I also already painted the edges with some gold. It's an acrylic marker, and what we're going for is something like this. So I'm going to do a couple different color combinations, but this is one I did as a tester and I really like it. So what I'm going to be using is a couple of alcohol inks, and I've got some metallic gold mica powder, but this is real metallic. Normal mica powders won't work with this. So let's start by adding some color. What I've noticed is that it's better to let areas dry if you don't want it to run into each other. So I want to do one with blue and green, then one with the same colors I had with the example I showed you, and then one probably with red and yellow. I'm just putting it on. I'm just gonna probably spread it out. So I did clean the surface before I started. I cleaned it with some isopropyl alcohol just to make sure it's really clean. And let me just move this slightly to the edge. I don't want it to go over. So you can do it several different ways. You can just dunk everything on and you'll be fine. But I want to keep it a little bit more separate. So for this one, the one with the 4 colors, I'm going to do 2 colors now. Let those dry. Hopefully they don't run into each other. And before it's dry, I've got some of the gold powder in here. And I'm just going to put it on my dotting tool and add it. A little bit goes a long way. In my first example, I didn't use a lot, and I want to try and use a little bit more. Let's add the second color onto this one. So alcohol ink will take off alcohol ink. So when doing layers, you can get bare spots. So that's why I want to try a different technique. And that's also why I already colored the sides, because last time I forgot. So this one I'm going to do some more. Maybe a little bit more blue as well. See what happens. I know it's looking like a mess, but I haven't done this a lot. Let's add some yellow to this. You could also use your finger, but your hand's going to be stained for a while if you don't clean it off right away. So I'm just blowing a little bit on it. So what normally the blowing does is evaporate the alcohol quicker. Let's just see what happens if I add the other colors to this one. I should have put the green in between the yellow and the blue, because now I'm probably going to get a lot of brown. But we'll have to wait and see. See, this one is going to be quite dark. That's why I wanted to do 3 different combinations to see which was best. Oh my, this is only gone quite green. might try this again. You can just wipe it off with some alcohol and start over if you don't like what you get. I'm gonna let these ones dry for a bit and we'll come back to them in a little bit. So it's the next day, I let them fully dry, and today I'm going to add some resin to them. I'm going to be using my Sam laminating resin. It was kindly gifted to me. So let's mix up a batch and I'll be right back. So I put my mask on because we're using resin. I placed them a little bit outside of the areas so I can move around. So what I want to do is I mixed up my resin and I'm going to put a little bit on there, just a tiny bit. And then I'll just spread it around like so. And I want to make sure I get the sides. Okay, like that. Don't you love how the colors just come to life? Let me see if I can show you a little bit better. So, see how much brighter it gets? And then I just tap the sides, like so. Just place it back. Then I'm going to very lightly torch them to get rid of the bubbles before I add any more resin. So keep your torch moving because you will burn the resin. Let's add a little bit more. And just let it flow. I made up 20 milliliters of resin. And as you can see, that's way too much. Torch again. And I'll be checking in on these, torching them again a little bit later and let them cure. And we'll look at them tomorrow. So my little foam grips are done. Unfortunately, the sun doesn't want to come out and play today, so this is the best focus I get without putting on my flash. So I'm going to show you them up close, but I'm going to turn on the flash for you. So here it is with the flash on. You can see how much depth the resin adds to it. So let me get another one. Really love this one. Really pretty. This one is amazing as well. It still has a little bit of the blue left, so I'm happy. The gold did suspend a little bit into the resin, but I don't mind. It gives it a little bit of extra shine. But this is my favorite. It's absolutely gorgeous. So many dimensions of red and yellow and orange. And with the gold in there. Super cool. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. In real life, they are so much more pretty. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye everyone!